When I was watching the sleeping woman, suddenly a large group of FBI agents burst through the door and pinned me to the ground. It turned out to be a joint arrest by the FBI and the Drug Enforcement Administration. Soon they found a large amount of contraband and weapons in my home. Worse still, there were 2 heavy weapons. This meant I would face serious criminal charges, but I wasn't panicking. While I was waiting for my father to bail me out, my father compromised with the prosecutor to protect the family's interests and made me plead guilty. This would reduce my sentence to 4 years. The sudden bad news was hard to accept, but under my father's insistence, I chose to accept the plea deal. During the trial, I calmly admitted my crime. However, the judge believed that I possessed heavy weapons to protect my contraband. According to the minimum sentencing standards, I was sentenced to 10 years in prison. It was only then that I realized that both my father and I had been deceived by the prosecutor. 7 months into my sentence, the guards suddenly took me to the infirmary. Waiting for me inside were the prosecutor who had deceived me and a stranger woman. The woman claimed to be a special agent. They learned that my life in prison was quite comfortable and that I had established friendly relationships with everyone. They were interested in my ability to befriend anyone, and all I had to do was say a few simple words to make the people around me open up without realizing it. They wanted to make a deal with me, transfer to another prison to get close to a serial killer and find out where the bodies were buried. They suspected the serial killer had murdered 14 young women, but the police had only found 1 victim. They needed to find the other bodies to convict the serial killer. However, the prison where the serial killer was held was a hell for ordinary inmates. I directly refused the deal. The female agent then offered to waive the remainder of my sentence if I helped find the location of the bodies, but I still refused under such conditions. The female detective then mentioned that the murderer was appealing his sentence. If the appeal succeeds, the murderer will be released. More young women will be killed afterward, but I felt it had nothing to do with me. The female detective urged me to cherish this precious opportunity. She left me a file on the murderer, asking me to consider it carefully before making a decision. Back in my cell, I couldn't resist opening the file. The case records inside left me utterly shocked.